You should love yourself now!
Michael Jordan, Lionel Messi, Michael Phelps, Tiger Woods, Usain Bolt, and Kamenahashi Ron. All of them were the greatest of their time. Ron was unmatched, being the best student in history at the Elite Detective Training Academy, otherwise known as Blue. Unfortunately for Ron, he mysteriously ended up in the middle of a case which ended up getting him expelled from Blue and banned from doing any detective work. Losing the thing he loves most, he ended up closing himself off to the world. But luckily, he didn't get isekai, at least not yet. So you remember all the names I listed earlier? You already know they never did it solo. They always had at least a number 2. Whether it was Scottie Pippen, Scooby-Doo, their wives, or even support staff. And who else better to help Ron than police deskman Totemaru Ishiki, who was guided to Ron by a senior colleague. He needs help solving a case that's been unsolved for months, and after some teamwork, the equivalent of the team projects that you did solo in school, the culprit was caught, and it's at this moment that we find out that Ron just came down with a case of the LTG virus. And whenever he catches a culprit, he just hits him with the
You should love yourself now! Guys, love yourself. That's all I gotta say.
And they can't help but agree, especially when they see those eyes. As I said earlier, this isn't your normal detective anime by any means. Like, sure, you have your crime happen, you gotta find the killer, eat some Scooby snacks, and the criminal's caught after being told to join Yugi's grandpa in the Shadow Realm. Alright, maybe not as much as the last two, but honestly, the approach is so jarring. Normally the crime happens, yeah, you might see the body, forget about it till the criminal's caught, but Ron just comes in here and slides in their DMs like, hey. It reminded me of when I was in high school and our teacher had us watch a kind of depressing but really good movie called Departures, and the amount of care that goes into a job that a lot of people see as dark. I'm gonna be honest, I have no clue why I initially picked up this anime, but after episode 1, I already knew I was stuck onto it. Growing up in prime COD lobbies every day after school, this anime hit an interesting category for me, especially since I was in the true crime / Phoenix Wright phase, you know. I was interested in an anime that had this character that reminded me of him.
I stroke my pickle.
The anime starts off so tense with the music and being told that there's a 5th victim already. You know something's about to go down, especially once you see the main character. You think the boss is hyping him up when she tells him to go home and get some sleep? At this point in my mind, I'm like, okay, he must be a hard worker, slaving away trying to solve this case. That's until he questions why, and his boss, who's a complete baddie by the way, hits him with the... Now he really starts to see the picture. An older coworker warns him about how he might get kicked out if he doesn't lock in. Ishiki then lets us know that he also is stressed because he honestly just wants to help out, but he's just bad at his job. This is when the old man hits him with the...
I know a guy who knows a guy who knows another guy.
Also, as I'm rewatching this to get these clips, I'm starting to get even more questions because, like, ain't no way you gonna be getting this cheeky smile and licking your lips for no reason. Like, is you plotting something?
Hey, no Diddy, man.
Either
no
way, this
Diddy.
sets up the greatest tag team of all time, so someone give this man a trophy for the greatest assist. Now, you might be wondering who made this, and I'm gonna let you know. You already know who made this. Cause I know y'all heard of Akira Amano and her big hit Monkey Business. Oh shit, that's the wrong one. Hold on. I mean, Katakoyo Hitman Reborn. No? Damn, I'm old. Anyways, Kamenahashi Ran was given an anime adaptation by Dio Media. And I know you're familiar with Problem Children Are Coming From Another World, aren't they? And everyone's favorite, Domestic Girlfriend. And, let's see, what else has the studio worked on? I don't really know any... You saw nothing. Every episode was just a mystery with tons of laughs, shock value, and more. As I said earlier, it opens up with Ron knowing why Toto is there before he even rings the doorbell, and making Toto think that he's going insane. Then going through multiple different cases, with every new case, Ron is just as funny, and for some reason he always has a new job or disguise. It kind of reminds me of how people wouldn't know that Superman was Clark Kent and vice versa, all because he put on some glasses. There was a point where he arrives on the scene to help with a case and gets recognized, but he just kind of says, nah, that's not me, I'm nearsighted Kamasemi, which is a joke on one of the characters because he used to be eagle-eyed but he lost his touch. As the anime progresses, it feels as if we're right beside both Toto and Ron, whether we're trying to figure out who committed the crime, and when you get the case right yourself, it's so satisfying, but when you get it wrong, you get hit with the O factor, as if your eyes were open wide, and you question, how could I have missed that? You also get to see the evolution of Todo, going from being wimpy to being able to solve cases on his own. Ron also has his own evolution, going from being a shut-in to being more out there and making friends. He even goes as far as adding furniture to his room to help his and Todo's future clients feel more comfortable. It's honestly kinda hard for me to pick a favorite arc. Originally, I probably would've went with the Island Observatory arc, as it's the case at the peak of the anime and it really sets up the stakes. But up until this point, it really hasn't been anything besides us solving cases and being fed breadcrumbs with each case about Ron and his past. But when this case occurs, that's when we start getting hit with bombshells one after another. But at the end of the day, I'm gonna have to go with my inner JoJo fan and the case of the hand collector. No, not that hand collector. This arc is short but sweet. It has an intense rivalry between detectives, shows you the strengths of having a good partner, and the power of expectations, which can rise you to your success or crush you, leading to your downfall. With season 2 releasing as I'm making this video, and looking back at how both seasons 1 and 2 were overshadowed by so many different anime from looking at this list, I'm sure most of you wouldn't have even batted an eye at Kamen Hashira, and I wouldn't even be mad at you. There's so many good options that you almost can't go wrong. Besides, each one tells a different story and takes a different path for you to either pick apart or just shut your brain off and enjoy. I just hope that some of you were able to also find this gem and be able to enjoy it as much as I did. Thank you to all of you who have made it to the end of the video. I hope you've enjoyed watching it as much as I've enjoyed making it. Feel free to let me know your opinions and thoughts in the comments below, especially if you're going to check out the anime, or if you already have. And let me know, what anime flew under your radar? Feel free to leave a like, subscribe, or even share this video or channel with your friends. I hope to see you in the next video for New Year's.